In this video, I'm going to show you how I created this AI girl fashion shoot. So first we're going to go through creating the image of the character. I'm then going to walk through how you turn the character into multiple different shots in a scene. And then we're going to go through turning those different shots and images into videos with subtle motion. And then a final step is just putting it all on the editing timeline and matching it to the beat and making it look nice. Okay, so firstly, creating the character. I was using Google's Nano Banana to do this and generated a number of different images of a woman kind of in a white studio setting. I then decided to go with this character and then placed this character into like a black studio setting with a spotlight, and then turned this character into multiple different images, poses, shots, etc. So to do this, right, I'm actually using free pick. And so as you can see down here, kind of all of my characters, the one that I decided to go for was this one. And so to change it to kind of the black backdrop, all you would do is essentially just drag it in as like a image reference here. And you just kind of put in the prompt there. I'm trying to find the one where I did it. It was just here. I just put make her in a dark studio with a spotlight on her. And that was the image then that I was using as a reference image for all of the shots. Then as you can see up here, there's so many different shots here, just experimenting with different things. As I said before, all you want to do is you want to take your image, so whether you've created it in FreePic or somewhere else, just drag that in as an image reference, and then you're just typing in the prompt here. You don't need to overcomplicate it. You can just put things, look, sit on a stool. And there's another one where I'm like crouched down. You can really put detailed prompts in, or like with Google Nano Banana and Seedream, you can put very basic prompts in and it does the job. You do not need to overcomplicate it. I like to just create as many shots as possible and then basically decide which ones I like and which ones I want to convert into videos. To convert these into videos, you're just taking the images reference and then just prompting. I actually used Higgsfield for this because I like to just split up my video generations across different platforms so I don't waste all the credits. But it's a similar sort of process. I'm just going to show you through Higgsfield, but it's the same in FreePic in any of them, where essentially you want to just take your image reference. So I'm going to take this one here and wait till it uploads. You can select the model. I prefer Kling 2.1 or 2.5. I think 2.1 is a little bit cheaper. Both are pretty good. Make sure you got duration on. 5 is good enough for this test. Resolution, you can run at 720, but the Kling is so cheap you can just run at 10. Just to show you relative to other models, right, that's 6 credits because it's difficult to know really what that means. I'll go on Google VO 3.1, 58. Actually, that's down from 150. We go on Sora, OpenAI Sora Pro, 100 credits. Kling is 5 or 6 credits. So when you're just doing motion, you don't need anybody talking, it's not complex, use Kling. Trust me, Kling is just very, very good. It's not perfect every time, but it's cheap model and will give you what you want if you're just going for something like this. You then just want to describe your prompt here. Again, can be simple, can be complex. I'm just going to show this one here, a bit more of a complex prompt where essentially I'm just asking it to do kind of a 360 rotation here. This one here, very simple prompt. Make her walk in the shot while walking to the camera and the camera zoom back. So, you know, not all of these are perfect, but because our clips are going to be so short, in the video, it doesn't really matter here. So we're just testing different kind of prompts. This one was quite nice. Animate a fast cinematic camera orbit around the uploaded character. Pretty good job. Again, you don't need to overcomplicate the prompt. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, look at all these like, you know, massive long mega JSON prompts. You know, you need to like, it's all in the prompt. Like, I'm literally put a half a sentence prompt and it just does what I want, you know. So trust me, just describe what you want it to do. And if it's not, go to ChatGPT and just tell ChatGPT what you want to do, and then ChatGPT will give you a more detailed prompt if you need to, but most of the time you don't, trust me, unless you're doing more complex stuff. Right, so the last thing to do is just put it into your editing program and just kind of piece it all together. So as you can see here, it's on my timeline in Premiere Pro. It's all about the music. Like, the music is so important, and you just need something just with like a good tempo. As you can see here, the clips are so small, probably like a second long. So even if some of your 5-second generations do weird shit, you can still find just a short 1-second part that's good enough. And then we can add some speed ramps to kind of create some motion, which I'll talk through in a minute. But as you can see at the start, this has like a keyframe up here to create some dynamicness. And then this bit at the start, this was just me playing around with that, like, and then obviously it ends on there. Depending on your track that you're using, you might not be able to do this. You could just go straight into a like, which realistically, I could have just started the song here. If you don't want to do all this other fancy editing, you just start here and go. That still works perfectly. In terms of just like shots, nothing fancy going on here. We're just making sure that we've got some guidelines up as well, and roughly in the center. The shots are a little bit all over the place here, so I'm kind of going for the mark here. She's obviously low there, but we're kind of, you know, everything's centered here, and then we cut to the night scene there. In terms of the speed ramps, I'm not going to show you exactly how to do it. It's different in different programs. Essentially, a speed ramp is where you control the speed of the clip, so you can go from kind of normal to slow to then fast, and this what these lines are representing essentially. Rather than like cutting the clip and changing like the speed of this clip and this clip, you're changing the speed within the same clip. So it's kind of going slow, and then it's then going and then going fast. And what the speed ramp does, it kind of just creates this like almost like turning like motion that you'll see. I'll play it again. You'll see like it creates this extra dynamic motion, and it just kind of looks nice. And so you could learn how to do that. You don't need it. Let me just remove all of the speed ramps and I'll show you the difference. Is it going to let me time remapping? Yeah, okay, right. All right, so that's without the speed ramps, and then this is with the speed ramps. Because the 5-second clip is like a 360 motion, it's basically just giving us more of that motion, because in a 1-second clip, we're only seeing a tiny bit of that motion. The speed ramping is just giving us more of it. And so it just creates a little bit, you see the difference there. There's just, you know, it's just nicer to look at. And so yeah, that's the video. I hope that was helpful. I hope it gave you an idea of how to like create the character, create the different shots, turn them into videos, and then match them to the beats. Actually not that difficult. You just got to make a few tasteful decisions in your character, the shots, what music to use, and aligning them. But overall, actually complexity of doing an edit like this is probably like a 6 out of 10. You know, really not that difficult. Don't have to have really that many like editing technical abilities. Just create the shots. Just keep creating the shots until you get the ones that you like. That's what I say. Most of the time that you should be spending on making videos like this is in the image generation. You know, if it's not perfect, keep trying, keep generating. Credits don't really cost much to generate images, and making good videos is all done in the image. So just spend the time creating the images, put them all on a mood board if it's easier. That's what I've been doing. So use like Firefly boards or Canva or whatever to just put all of your best generations on, take a look at them. Yeah, I like these ones, I don't like these ones, this one needs some work. So when you've got them all lined up together, it's easier to kind of just see, you know, which are the better ones, and then just keep working at it, and hopefully you will get there. But yeah, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.